Well, my friends, we have the first divisive pack since Arctic pack, since Twilight pack, since Europe pack, since all of this. We are getting the Barnyard animal pack for Planet Zoo. This one is very puzzling. When I first got the information for this, huge shout out to the Planet Zoo team for allowing me to cover this a little bit early. This is going to be one of the most controversial packs in the Planet Zoo sphere, since all of those packs that I just listed, because as you guys probably know, people want birds. People want all kinds of different new mechanics for Planet Zoo, and at this point, I don't think we should expect them anymore. I think we should start to expect a lot more packs like this, if we even get anything beyond Update 1.17 and the Barnyard Animal Pack. A lot of people are saying that the end of Planet Zoo is nigh. Some people really hope that we can get every single obscure animal in some form of DLC going on until, you know, I'm Leaf in the casket all the way under the ground, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I think we're looking at possibly one of the final packs for Planet Zoo, not only because this is an animal pack, but it also includes 60 new scenery pieces, which is something that a lot of people were expecting for a kind of big blowout pack. Whether or not they expected the big blowout pack to be a farm pack, that's going to be very, very confusing, but I'm very excited to hear what you guys have to say, whether you're completely on board with this or not, because I put out a little strategic poll the other day trying to see how the community would respond to a farm pack, and I saw that some people were very much into it, and some people were very much against it, so it's very interesting. So let's jump right in here and talk about what this update and pack will have on April 30th for PC. Yeah, I feel like I should probably emphasize for PC, there's no official end date or really release date for console players just yet, but you guys will eventually be able to buy this pack. It's just we have no information on that right now. Now let's talk about the animals. Always a good thing to see in an animal pack. We do have the Sussex chicken. A lot of people are going to say that these are clone animals, but I think every single one of these is going to bring at least some new mechanic to the game, especially because all of these are pretty much walkthrough animals, and going with the new update 1.17, it's going to be very interesting to see how they play together. But we do have the Sussex chicken, and it does have a few color variations that we can already see in here. Now I know you guys know I love my domestic animals in Planet Zoo, so this is going to be a really awesome pack to help us flesh that kind of stuff out. But now our chicken mods can actually make chicken noises. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, we do have the Sussex chicken. We also have the Highland cattle. Now, this is one that I really wanted in the game, whether it would be a Watusi or a Highland cattle. I just really wanted some kind of exotic looking cow in the game. And now that we have one, cow mods are going to be even better. I'm so excited for that. Highland cattle are very well known for, you know, that very scraggly looking look about them. They have all this beautiful draping down hair, so it's going to be very awesome to see what Planet Zoo does with that. We don't have any images of it right now. I'm using just pictures from mods or real life for this one right now, but it's going to be very interesting. We also have the alpine goat, which is very cool. It looks like it has a few new mechanics, so that's going to be very cool, especially with guest feeding them. We'll get to that in a little bit. But we also have the alpaca. I don't know how to feel about this one, because I would have much rather preferred something like a guanaco or a vicuña, just to get a little bit more wild South American representation. But now South America officially has another domestic animal, and that is no knock to alpacas. I love them so much. But it is kind of weird how South America is seemingly one of the most biodiverse continents on the entire globe, but we really have a majority of their representation, especially in hoofstock, being represented through domestic species. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Beyond that, though, we also have the American Standard Donkey. I think people are going to be happy about that, at least. Donkey mods can get official refurbishments. I know I'm going to make a huge update to the miniature donkey, which is just a donkey sized down. Really simple. Beyond that, we also have the Hill Randor sheep from Wales. That's cool. Shout out to the Welsh players in Planet Zoo. You guys are cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It looks kind of like a Suffolk sheep, so that's kind of good. We also have the Tamworth pig, which is pretty damn cool. I don't know. It's just always awesome to get these very cool animals. So you guys might be noticing no exhibit animal. I'm not really too surprised at that. You know, we could probably get something like a barn spider or like, you know, house mouse or something like that, but I'm not really too upset about this. I would have loved like a barn owl. That would have been the perfect thing to add in here. But I think overall, we should be pretty much fine with what we're getting. I don't know, because the lack of exhibit animal is made up because of the 60 new scenery pieces. We're getting straw bales, which is pretty cool. Cable reel tables, which is also awesome. We also get fences, gates, cast iron water pumps, wells, wind pumps, weather vanes, and foliage. Oh, can't wait for that foliage. That's going to be awesome. So that's going to be some very good stuff right there. We also get a farm scenario in the New Zealand countryside. That's pretty awesome too. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the actual pack. Let's talk about free update 1.17 and what that's going to bring to the game. Now, these are items and mechanics that everyone can use. Whether or not you purchase this pack, which I feel like a lot of people won't, which kind of upsets me because, I don't know, I'm a big fan of domestic animals, but I'm just being real here. A lot of people won't use it. But what is exciting about the free update is that we get all these really, really awesome pieces. Pieces that we've been asking for such a long time, that it's just going to be so helpful for petting zoos and stuff like that. We're getting a hand washing station, which is very cool, especially in the wake of the coronavirus. Very important to wash your hands after handling animals. We also get a new education board that's going to be cool. It's very vague, and I haven't been able to sauce out the pictures what that actually means. So that's kind of cool. We also get a small guest gate, which is awesome too. So now we don't have to have like, you know, this big compound looking gate anymore. We can actually have like a reasonable one. And we also get the Bedelia bush, which is very cool. I actually just planted some Bedelia bushes in my front yard today, and they are also known as the butterfly bush, so there is already that in the game. So what I'm assuming is going to happen is that we're going to be able to see like possibly some effects with that. I'm not really sure, but it's going to be super interesting to see how that happens. Now, of course, with the pack this big, it will go on retail for $9.99, both in British pounds, euros. But no, British pounds is $7.99. Euros and American dollars is $9.99. Standard stuff. It is kind of a good deal because you're getting a lot of scenery pieces in here. But I'm very excited to hear what you guys have to say about the comments about like all of this stuff. Now, of course, looking at the free update and DLC pictures, we could see that we will get new guest interactions for lemurs and stuff like that. So if you have any walkthrough animals in Planet Zoo, so like the llama, all that kind of stuff, you can probably expect the guests to actually interact with these animals now, which is going to be super interesting to see how that kind of turns out. In another picture, we can also see the latest habitat gate for here and the hand washing stations. It looks like you can just place these wherever you want, which is going to be so interesting to see. It's just a really, really, really awesome feature in the game that I feel like was severely, severely lacking out on. Because after all, zoos aren't just for animals, they're for guests too. So you really got to boost that culture in there and really get people to, you know, start to use stuff. And I know, it's cool. Playgrounds next, maybe, Planet Zoo. Hey. We also get a screenshot at the alpaca. Look at this stuff. Oh my god. So fluffy. It's so funny because I was literally about to start to, remaster the old alpaca, so I'm so happy that we finally have an official one. It looks gorgeous. Look at that fur. Oh my god, beautiful. We also get a look into the kind of like, you know, big overview of the new career map in New Zealand, which is kind of cool. So you can see there is so much to pick out in here. We have new trash cans, which are kind of like the style of buckets, kind of like wooden buckets. So that's a very cool right there. Those look really awesome and really useful for, you know, if we're making like, you know, storage facilities and stuff like that, especially with free build. That's going to be so useful. We could see some of the goats kind of walking around right there, but I absolutely love that new white picket fence. Also, what's kind of funny is if you look over to like right above the white picket fence, you could see that there is just a miscellaneous kind of sconce hanging out, which I think is hilarious. I don't know. I think that's very funny that someone forgot to take that out. But beyond that, we can see that guests are making their way throughout like the entire enclosure now that they are able to walk through it. So you can still have defining paths in here, but overall guests seem to kind of just walk wherever they want in a setup like this, which I think is pretty damn cool. Zooming in a little bit more, you can see that we do have some signs back there. I'm not sure if those are the education signs that they were talking about, but you can see directly right next to that, we do have that awesome picnic bench. So we do have that very classic country gingham style table umbrella? Yeah. And we also have those rope coils used as, you know, benches right below that, and then the hay bales that they can sit on right there. Looking over to the left of that, we also have some hay bales. Yeah, that's pretty much it that I could see in this screenshot. It's very exciting. Yeah, what else do we have in here? We do have our first look at the piggies as well. Look at these little guys. So that is awesome, and this really does give a huge, huge look into a lot more of the pieces that we're getting. So you can see that we are getting like wagon wheels, we're getting placeable hay bales. I could see some new tools that we get right there. I know Mr. Caesar Creates is going to be flipping out about those. We also have like a little trough right above that little pig right there. Just some really, really awesome pieces. And those picket fences do seem to be paintable, so that is very cool right there. We also have very, very awesome like barnyard doors, which is kind of cool. Can't wait to see how those function. And one of my favorite pieces I'm already seeing in here is if you look all the way over to the left, right behind these cool teens, you can see a very awesome trough that is going to function as a planter, which is very freaking awesome. We also get another look at the chickens right back in here. Very awesome stuff. You can see some guests interacting with the chickens right to the right, I guess. That is just so cool right there. I can't wait to play around with that. But that is really it for all of the screenshots, all of the key art. Yeah, you could look at the key art right here too. Looks like we're also going to get like placeable crops and stuff like that. That looks like a radish. So that's kind of cool, but that is a huge, awesome pack. And I can't wait to see your reactions to all this stuff, because some people are going to be very happy and some people are going to be very angry. Let me know how you guys are going to react to this in the comments down below. Hope you guys are excited for this pack at least. Any development for Planet Zoo is development that I can get behind, and I can't wait to play with this pack with all of you guys, and I can't wait for you guys to see what I'm going to do with it. So take care and have the most wonderful, wonderful days. Be sure to stay subscribed for all of your Planet Zoo updates whenever they do come out, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Take care and bye-bye.